video. We're going to be comparing Pat McGrath $65 or $68 foundation to my Serum $6 foundation. And you let me know in the comments below what you think, because right now I feel that you probably already know who's gonna win, but I'm going to do one side of my face with Pat McGrath, the other side of my face with Serum, and go from there. If my hands look funny, it's because I dyed this hair that I'm wearing right now. I dyed it like dark brown and I stained my fingers. So if for some reason I'm trying to hide my hands during this video, it's because my fingernails are stained and they look crazy. So anyways, let's get into the video. I'm going to go ahead, do my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. Here's the foundation. I have the shade Deep 30. So this one I think really works for me. It says it's like neutral with a yellow neutral undertone. I don't know, but overall for me personally, I do really like the packaging. I think the packaging's good. Of course the packaging kind of better be good, because this foundation is 6 times more expensive than the one that I use on a daily basis. You all know I use a $6 foundation in general every single day for the past couple of years, with the exception sometimes I use Laura Mercier, but basically I use a $6 foundation almost every day, and it's from Serum. It's the Serum Foundation. It is right here. So for the sake of this video, I just wanted to see how the Pat McGrath $60-something foundation held up to my $6 foundation. So because of that, I'm going to be using this foundation on half of my face and then this foundation on half of my face. And we're gonna see what you guys think in the end, and I'm gonna tell you what I think of it in the end. And I am going to just take this out. I like how heavy it is. The packaging's heavy, but we're not paying for packaging. I'm sorry. Some people say they are paying for packaging. You can get real cheap packaging that's cute too. So I'm not paying for this heavy ass glass bottle. But technically you are. You're paying for the fact that it's sturdy, it's thick, it's heavy, it has like weight to it. It looks like a perfume bottle. It's cute to look at. You are technically paying for that. And then you're paying for what's inside. Okay? So just know, like, when the price is so expensive, you feel this bottle, you feel it, it's heavy. It's heavy. I'm pretty sure it's glass. Okay? You're paying probably like 50% for packaging alone, okay guys? And then like actually 30% for packaging alone, another like 30% for like the name, and then the other 40% is the actual product. So I think I'm just going to put 2 pumps for now. I love how liquid D this is. I love the fact that like it'll stop dripping if you like move your hand, but I actually could deal with it being a lot more liquidy than this, to be honest, because the more liquidy, the easier it is for me to apply it. I don't know why, I love super watery foundations. Like, not actually, that doesn't mean it has to have water in it, but I just love for it to be like super like watery in consistency. It just makes me happy. I don't know. Dipping the concealer brush into the product and then carving out my eyebrow and moving the product onto my forehead. I'm just gonna, for the ease of this, I think I'm gonna cover my nose line, like I'm gonna cover my whole nose in this foundation. So I know I said I was gonna do half my face with one, half my face with the other. I lied. I'm gonna do 55% of my face with one, and then the rest of this side is going to be with the other foundation. You guys can kind of see it's kind of on, I don't know, is it like more orangey? It will kind of oxidize and I think get better color wise as time goes on, but when you first apply it, I think you can kind of get a little nervous because you're like, oh my god, I know I got this at Sephora and not MAC, so it really shouldn't be this orange, or like whatever the case may be. So the way I'm going to apply this, I think the best way to apply this specific foundation, to be honest, I hate doing it, but I think the best way to apply it is with a brush. Just putting it out, I'm pretty sure that's the best way to apply this. So I'm gonna dip my brush into my hand and kind of do a patting motion. So this side has 2 pumps of foundation on it, Pat McGrath. And so overall, if you were gonna do your whole face with this foundation, my suggestion would be to use 4 pumps. 2 pumps of foundation covered everything I needed it to cover. It's a light, medium, it's like a medium coverage, and I really, really, really like that it doesn't really feel heavy. Like, I don't know. I feel like with this foundation, if you use it with like 2 pumps for your whole face, you won't be able to feel it. But if you're like layering product on your face, it will get it. Like, you'll be able to feel it. Like, don't lie. You'll be able to feel it. If I were to add 2 more pumps to the other side of my face and then 1 more pump on top of that just to touch up, I would definitely notice the feeling of foundation on my face. Like, I've noticed I have foundation on my face now. I hate the idea that people, I don't want to be a negative Nancy or anything, but I really don't like when people say, oh, it feels like I have nothing on my face. If you put something on your face, then it feels like you have something on your face. Because skin with nothing on it just feels fresh. It just feels like nothing's on it. Like, if I put sunscreen on my face, I'm going to feel like something's on my skin. You know what I mean? So I can feel it, but I think on camera and in person, it looks dewy, it looks pretty. It just looks pretty. I really, really like it. So for the other side of my face, I'm going to use my Deciem Serum Foundation in 3.2 Neutral, which is, in essence, should be basically the same color as this side. And you guys can see it's starting to be less orange, starting to match basically perfectly. I love the color shade. For me personally, Deep 30 is perfect when it comes to Pat McGrath foundation. This looks fantastic. But on this side, I'm going to use this Serum Foundation on this side and just kind of show you the difference. This is a $6 foundation. This is like a $60-something foundation. So I want to really show you the difference in how it feels and how product layers on top before you go out and spend your money on this, quite frankly. My idea for you, I don't care who you are, take yourself to Sephora if you have one close by, get a sample, get 3 samples, go back on multiple days, get 10 samples. You don't always have to spend your money on these foundations. You could literally be the sample queen and get samples of foundation to last you for a whole month. And then after that month, you can decide if you actually want to buy it. Just do that. Like, I mean, honestly speaking, you could watch this whole video or you could literally just do what I just said. So, still watch the video. because you might want to buy this once this video is over. But you may see that like, oh, I could just go to Sephora, get some samples, and then after a month buy it. You might want to do that. So anyways. You can probably tell there's a tiny difference. There's a tiny difference when it comes to the colors. So this side is a little bit darker than this side, but other than that, they basically look the same, you know. And I would say this side definitely seems to be a little bit more blurred out. I don't know. I personally prefer, I don't really know which side I prefer. I like both sides. I know which foundation I prefer, and you guys can definitely see on my forehead the difference in the color if you're looking close enough. All right, first impression from just applying that concealer. On this side, it feels tackier than this side. It's like, I feel like there's a specific tackiness to my face, which is good if you're applying multiple products, because it's going to make the powder just like stick to your face. It's going to kind of help, tackiness essentially should help product stick to your face more. But do I like the feeling? Not specifically, but it's actually a good thing and it shows the quality. Now going with this lighter shade. Okay, so everything's blended out. Do you guys notice a difference when it comes to the foundation? Does one side look better than the other? I mean, like, seriously, like, honestly, does one side look better than the other? Comment down below if you believe this side. Obviously, we put the Pat McGrath on this side. We put the normal Decium on this side. Now you saw my stained fingernail. Anyways, I personally know which side I prefer right now. But honestly, and it's not like good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Neither side looks bad, but honestly, I really cannot tell a huge difference between the $6 foundation side and the $60 foundation side. Like, there is a very small difference, if anything. So now we have powder. I have two powders. When I first saw that Pat had launched a powder, I was like, oh, I want to get the powder that goes with the foundation shade because it doesn't look that dark. Y'all, when you see the powder that they try to pair with my foundation, it is not made for your under eyes. If it is, it's not a color that I would ever in my life use under my eyes. Just being honest, it's not a color that I would use anywhere except for on my chin and forehead area. So again, the packaging for the powders, just like the foundation, it's pretty. So I got two shades. I got medium deep 4 and medium 3. So basically, my thought process is, if you are lighter than me, this will be like a bronzer slash contour for you. So if you see it online, it really is deceiving, because online, I'll show you the picture of what it looks like online. That's what it looks like, right? So you think, oh, this I could probably use this. Like, yeah. In person, it is the deepest powder that I have. I do not have another powder that is this like cocoa powder looking. This is a deep chocolate brown, and honestly, I would not ever want to put this anywhere near my eye area, because I like to put bright, really light shades there. If somebody was a few shades darker than me, I would probably recommend them this color, but I just find it really interesting that like this came with the bundle that you could buy if you were gonna buy like a bundle or whatever. This is the shade you would have gotten. I feel like a lot of people are going to be super disenchanted with this shade, because you get it and online it doesn't look this dark, but then in person it's like, hold up, this don't look right. So then medium 3 looks like this. So it definitely reminds me of a Sasha Buttercup shade. It's very yellow, like an orangey yellow shade. For myself personally, I don't love this color because I wish I had it in front of me. Basically, MAC Deep Peach setting powder is like similar to this, but it's significantly more of an orange shade. And for my skin tone, it's the perfect highlighter, in my opinion. Even though I hate on MAC for a lot of things, MAC Deep Peach reminds me of this. But this is more yellow, and I'm not a fan of yellow powders. Not really. Without completely like grossing you guys out with my stained fingers, these are what they look like together. And so I'm going to just dip. And I will say, it's a really super lightweight powder formula, but I don't know. I'm just gonna like kind of like tap it in this area. It could definitely be used to set the whole face, but if you're using a brush, you're still gonna feel that tackiness. Like, I still feel, on this side, I still feel a tackiness of makeup. And I mean, there's makeup all over my fingers. So when I use powder, I don't really like to feel tackiness on my face. If I'm using a powder, I don't want to feel that tackiness. I hope that makes sense. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this. Again, you really can't use this product with a sponge. It's better off with the brush. So I think that this powder does blur, and it does look really, really pretty. I'm gonna see my upper lip. It looks good. I really like how it made my upper lip look. Yeah, it's pretty. So the powder, really good. I'm not even gonna go in with a beauty blender because I did it a couple days ago. I went in with a beauty blender, dipped the beauty blender in this product, and tapped it on my face, and I was cakey McCake face, okay? I looked so cakey that day. Like, on camera I looked good, but like in person I looked so cakey, which is why I'm using a brush. And it's really important to use not just any brush, to use like a fluffy brush with this, because, or if you want, buy the Pat McGrath brush, because I really do feel like her brush is probably like formed like this. This is a Wet n Wild brush, actually. This is called P53. So I would actually recommend just buying this or buying the Pat McGrath one, because I really think it disperses the product really nicely, especially if you're doing like a patting and blending motion. I just went ahead and set the base of my face. I'm gonna set most of my face with this powder. So I'm just kind of like, so this is just a light layer of powder going everywhere. Like I said, I feel like for me, I'm gonna get more use out of this medium 3 powder than I would medium deep 4. For sure. Then I will go in with different powders in a minute. So my overall face looks good with mainly using medium 3 powder from Pat McGrath all over my face. I feel like my face looks good. I feel it's nice. This is still my favorite for my under eyes, but I actually would recommend, if you're my shade or even darker or lighter, obviously, get her powder, but do not get the shade that you would think goes with your skin tone. Get one shade up. Okay guys, so my makeup is done. Honestly, if you really want to do me a huge favor, go in the comments below and let me know if you can tell a difference between one side and the other. I really want to know if you can tell the difference, because honestly, like super honestly, I cannot tell the difference. Like I feel like if I had to try and tell a difference between one side and the other foundation wise, it would be in the lastingness, because I know from experience that this foundation lasts all day. It will last me all day. I also know from the past week of trying this out that this lasts all day. The only real difference is that I think this is going to probably be more likely to be sweat proof and possibly more likely to be waterproof. What I mean is, like, if I were to get caught in the rain, or I don't know, just have a real sweaty day, this one probably is going to not like streak up and like come off as easily as this one would. And that's merely because since this is more expensive, you would hope that there'd be higher quality products used so that it would just last longer on your face and hold up longer. However, I've used both of these, not at the same time before, but I have used both of these, and I really feel like you as a consumer would be happy with either one of these products. If you have the money, do not break the bank for this, but if you have the money, I think you would like, I think this is worth it if you have the money and you don't have a bunch of problem areas on your face. I feel like if you had like a face full of dark marks or a bunch of acne, I cannot tell you if this would actually make your skin look better. I do not think it would. I think this is made for people who have very small blemishes. That's what I think this is made for. I think this is definitely light to medium coverage for sure. I love the coverage. 2 pumps for each side of your face and you're good to go. Your skin's gonna look good. If you feel like full coverage is the way to go, you are not going to be a fan of this. Personally though, I am a fan of this product. I love a light coverage foundation that is buildable, and I love the fact that it's not full coverage buildable. I like that it's like buildable to a medium coverage, because I do not like super heavy filling foundations. Now, do I feel like I have something on my face? Yeah, because I have makeup on. You know, it's just like common sense. However, does it feel heavy? Does it compare to a full coverage foundation? Absolutely, positively, no. It does not. So, because I'm looking at my face, and this is hands down my favorite foundation. I've used it almost every day for the past going on 3 years I've used this Serum Foundation. This is like a new bottle, but I've used this foundation for almost 3 years of my life. I love how this foundation is super liquidy. I love how this foundation only costs $6. I love a lot of things about this foundation. I love how it just makes my skin look really dewy and how products layer on top of it. This is the high-end version of this, in my opinion. This is the high-end version of this, but if you don't have the money, I recommend day in and day out that you buy you Deciem Serum Foundation, because I think on the grand scheme of things, if you're like me or you like how I do my makeup, I believe that you would be happy, you as a consumer would be happy with either one of these products or both of them. This is only $6. This costs $60 plus, and I think both of them gave me an amazing face today. I look good. And if you are into high-end makeup, and I am somebody into high-end makeup sometimes, then go ahead and buy it. Or go to Sephora, go be sneaky about it. Go get like 2 samples, go back a couple days later, get 3 more samples, go back a couple days later, get 2 more samples, and just stock up your samples so that you don't even have to buy this if you don't want to. If you just want to buy this foundation and try this out, just go and get you some samples and get you enough samples to last you a whole month, girl, and you're gonna be good. Honestly, if I had to pick between these two, I would pick this one. I could buy about 10 of these and barely come close to this price. You know what I mean? $6 for this. You get 35 ml in this, and you get 30 ml in this. I could buy 7 of these and not even hit the price of this. Because that's the case, and because I can buy basically 30 of these for the price of this, I would choose this all day, every day over this. But because I have this and I know that it has like a tacky feeling, you know, it really helps the product like stick to the face, I would use this if I have a special event that I'm going to and I know that I need my makeup to last. So hope you guys like this video. I know it's kind of a long one. I wanted to give you guys another option for you guys out there who don't usually watch my channel or didn't know about this product. I just wanted to give you another alternative for a $60 foundation. Honestly, the powders are good. I'm not happy with the medium deep 4 powder. I do not like it whatsoever. But the medium 3 powder, I do really like. I think that it made my skin look really good today. But again, I do use like 3 powders. When I do my makeup, it doesn't matter where I'm going or how much time I have. I'm usually going to use at least 2 different powders. So for me, actually, for all over face powder, I would say medium 3 actually is better for me, because the face powder just kind of like melts into the skin. You can add a lot of it if you're adding it with if you're going to be adding it with a brush, you can add a lot of it and you won't get caked up, and you can still layer on top of it. So I really, really like that. Overall, I think Pat McGrath has an amazing brand, and I think the products are a bit overpriced, honestly. Like, I think the brand is nice, but the products are overpriced to me. What that means for me is, you know, if I want it, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care how much it is. And that's how I feel about Pat McGrath. Like, she's going to make money and she's going to have people buying this foundation regardless of whether it's overpriced or not. So if you like luxury brands and you like luxury makeup, you're going to probably like this foundation. Again, if you are into a light to medium coverage. And I just really don't want the people who watch my videos to feel like they have to break the bank to look a certain way, because you don't. You just simply don't. I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this makeup look, I actually have a tutorial on it that I will link below as well. And I hope you guys have a fantastic, amazing day. Bye.